It has the largest oil reserves in the world. This means that it has extremely close relationships with a number of Western governments, including the United States and the UK. In addition to the oil reserves, it's also the largest importer of arms in the world. It's both the fact that Western governments import so much of their oil from Saudi Arabia and the fact that the money that that the Saudis have from the oil, they use to purchase arms from the West. That creates an extremely close relationship.
We pay for our weapons with our own money, and this money goes into the British economy and other economies, and they create jobs and they benefit the countries that sell us those weapons.
We have seen moments where Saudi Arabia has broken out of that relationship. In the 1970s, it took a very principled position against what it perceived as being too much Western support for Israel with an oil embargo that affected the United States relatively heavily.
What's an oil embargo?
They stopped exporting oil to the United States.
The 2 million barrels a day of oil we expected to import into the United States will no longer be available. We must therefore face up to a very stark fact. We are heading toward the most acute shortages of energy since World War II.
If oil is all you have, but you don't want to play ball with certain Western priorities, then that relationship can get cut very quickly.
The United States sees Saudi Arabia as an ally in the fight against jihadism. Now that's really interesting logic, given that one could argue that Saudi Arabia played an incredibly important part in birthing global jihadism.
Are we sure that they are not actually, some elements of them, within the clerics and elsewhere, the Wahhabi radicals, involved actually in fueling the very people we're trying to defeat in ISIS?
I will answer that very directly, because I think you're asking a very important question. But the reason we have the relationship is our own national security. I can think of one occasion since I've been Prime Minister where, a bomb that would have potentially blown up over Britain was stopped because of intelligence we got from Saudi Arabia.